Hey guys. Okay, so first of all, happy Monday. So I want to do something a little bit different. I usually do my liquid foundation or my pressed powder for you guys, but I tried something new last week that I want to share with you, and I realized it works for me, and I have pretty well, I have oily skin, but I guess you can call it combination because I do sometimes get a drier patch of skin. But what I realized was what I was doing over the weekend would work perfect for somebody who has really, really dry skin. Okay, so sorry, I need to do my bonbon. So if you are looking for flawless coverage, and I'm talking full coverage, then you're gonna want to do this, what I'm about to show you. So I just put my primer on. I'm gonna let my primer set for a second. You always want to give it a couple minutes before you put the rest of your makeup on. So I'm gonna do my brows while I wait for that, and then we can get into our foundation routine. So I actually came across this because I ran out of, there we go. I ran out of my liquid foundation in 2 colors. Hey Lindsay, what are you doing up so early? So just gonna do my brows with my splurge, which is like my favorite. Hey April, hey guys, if you're watching, give me a hashtag flawless. Although that sounds kind of, I'm not saying I'm flawless because that's clearly not the case. All right. I really put some wear on my brush here. I think I need to take better care of it. All right, so a little bit of splurge goes a long way, and this is gonna last me all day, but this is not what the video is about. Ooh. This is not what the video is about. What the video is about is if you have dry skin, getting that coverage that you want for dry skin. And you guys know I don't have dry skin, but that's the beauty of it, is this routine will actually still work for me. And especially because, hey ladies, give me a hashtag flawless if you're watching. If you, oh my goodness, I can't get that right. When you use your primer, it keeps your makeup on all day. It helps you use less, it keeps your makeup on, it makes your pores look smaller, keeps your makeup from running down your face if it's hot out, all that kind of good stuff. So even though this is a routine for dry skin, it's gonna work for me too, even though I don't have dry skin. So, and I stumbled upon this because I just needed to do something else when I ran out of my foundation, and I just didn't want to go to the powder. I wanted to do something else. And I think one of my, I'm just gonna go ahead and give away my secret to it, is that I used the Behold powder, the setting powder, okay? So for me, like, that was key. I think some people like when they have that nice dewy finish, and it works for people, but for me, being that I'm a little on the oily side, I wanted to use that powder to finish it off. But what I discovered when I did that was just how it locks in, I mean, it keeps my makeup on as well. So it's like an extra layer with just like the primer does, it keeps my makeup on. I cannot like talk right now. I gotta fix this brow. I'm like trying to do too many things at once. Okay, that's better. So it keeps your makeup on all day, but it gave me that like airbrush finish. And I've used powder on top of BB cream before, right? But it didn't, it's just, there's something like finer about this powder that gave me a better finish. So I'm just gonna show you guys that. So I actually have 2 colors of BB cream because I like to mix them together. So I have one that's too light and one that's too dark for me. You can see clearly neither of them are my color, but I mix them, like I custom make my color, because that way every single day of the year that I want to use it, no matter when that is, I can make a color that is totally custom made to me. And I don't use them that often, so they've lasted like way longer than they should, but they've also, like, the consistency is good. They're not, they haven't expired. I don't know if I have the shelf life on here. Yeah, it's a year. Lasts you a year, so, and that's what they tell you. You know, some of us tend to use our products longer than we should. So you see me just slapping it on here. I literally put it on like a lotion. So I get it all around and then I just spread it on my face like a lotion. And it looks like I have quite a bit. Hey, Amy. It looks like I have quite a bit on, but you'll see it soon just soaks into my skin and I get that nice color with it. And it's pretty light, but it's really just covering all those fine little blemishes that I might have. It's brightening up my face, and the whole time it's giving me like mega moisture, which is wonderful. Get it up in my hairline there, and I accidentally got it way too up in my hairline there. All right, so you get it all around just like lotion. Get it all around your mouth, and you can see already I've got pretty good coverage there, right? This is considered a lighter coverage than what you would get from the liquid foundation or even the powder. For me, I get a really good coverage from that, but there is a nice coverage here. So what I'm going to do in addition to that is use my little blending bud and some concealer. So in any places where I need extra coverage, like I have a little zit down here, I'm going to put a little bit of this concealer, and I'm picking a concealer that is matching my skin tone, okay? I'm not going lighter, because if you go lighter on a zit, it's just going to draw more attention to it. So I'm going to put a little bit down there. I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes, and that's really going to like finish the look, if you ask me. I like something that's light, especially for work during the day. I don't want to look too made up. So when I go under my eyes, it just kind of like draws all the attention there, and I don't have to wear a lot of makeup. But look at that. Look at how bright my under eyes look. That's crazy. And I'm gonna need something to set this with, which is where the setting powder comes in. And you can use a setting spray as well. I've even been told, hey ladies, give me a hashtag flawless if you're watching. Let me know that you're there. I need something to set this. I don't want it to crease. I want to have, oh, that's my washer. I want to have a nice, matte finish to it, and I don't want it to crease. And so that's where the setting powder comes in. And you can even use a setting spray over it if you really want to. But with the primer and the setting powder, you probably don't even need to do that. And I'm just cleaning up the inner corner there. All right. So this is going to help you if you have dry skin. This is the kind of coverage that you're going to want to use. That BB cream is going to give you a nice covered face. You know, it's not going to look caked on. I know a lot of times if you have dry skin, everything kind of brings out the dry flakiness of your skin, right? Especially if it's got a powder or if you have to do a lot of rubbing around. And so this is just like an extreme moisture like drink for your skin. I promise you I cannot talk this morning. And so then you're gonna get the coverage that you want with that. So it can be hard to get coverage with dry skin and thinking that you're just gonna like inflame those dry areas by touching them. I'm hitting my voice back as I'm talking. By touching them or by rubbing your hands on them. But when you have this moisture, it's just like you're putting lotion back on your skin that has a little bit of color to it. So what I'm gonna do is those places where, and this stuff is so great, it's a loose powder, but you've got this net, so I like literally can't make a mess. I love it. So those places where I put concealer, right, I'm gonna pat a heavier coat. I'm gonna bake this in, okay? Just like I did before with baby powder and my blending bud, but this time I'm using the actual setting powder. It just is, I saw a video where one of my girlfriends put lipstick on her hand and then put the setting powder on top of it, and she rubbed all over the lipstick, and that was, I mean, it is a lipstick, not a stain. It should have smeared, and it didn't. So I was like, I'm getting this, and I got it the very next day. And you can use a blending bud with this. I just prefer, like, I think this brush is grabbing it better. I tried it with the blending bud, but I like the brush better. So that's why I'm using the brush. But if you have a loose setting powder, you can use a blending bud. There's nothing wrong with that. I always liked my blending bud. I just can't grab it as easily as I can with this brush. All right, so I'm just putting a heavy layer on there. That's not gonna stay there all day, right? That is not gonna stay there all day. That is just for right now. All right, I'm gonna go down here where I covered that zit that you can't see anymore. I'm gonna go down here where I covered some stuff on my neck. I get these like cystic bumps. They're going away, but they're still a little bit red. So I wanted to cover those. Yeah, and I don't think I did anything else. So with the other side of my brush, the big side, I'm gonna take the rest of the setting powder. Well, not the rest of it, but I'm gonna take more and I'm gonna dust it, okay? So I'm not gonna pat a heavy layer like I did before. I'm just dusting this powder to give that matte finish that I like, okay? But what I'm doing in the same sense is I'm working in that airbrushed finish on my face, okay? It's still lightweight. I'm using really, really light strokes. So again, you're not gonna be stirring up like the dry skin or creating flakes on your skin. If you're worried about that, you want really light strokes, and you can even pat it on like this. Just make sure that you aren't using a dense brush. You want a really light, fluffy brush that's gonna spread out all of that powder. And for me, like I even wanna do this around my nose where I know it's gonna wanna rub off. I'm gonna use that little brush and get all around my nose. Make sure I get in all the crevices. You know, a lot of people, hey Jennifer, morning. A lot of people have issue with that. And you can actually use eye primer on your nose too to help really grasp that makeup more if you feel like your makeup comes off of your nose. So we're talking about how to get that flawless coverage when you have dry skin. And I used my BB cream. I mixed my own color. And we're just setting it in with the setting powder right now. So BB cream, we did concealer to get those extra hard places. But look at that. I mean, it's like porcelain right now. Oh, thanks, girl. Yeah, I'm a little early today too. I'll have to be leaving super early the rest of this week. So I was like, this is my only day to do a video if I want to do it. And I did this over the weekend, so I wanted to share it. I should have taken a before picture though. I forgot to do that. All right, so I've done enough dusting. I kind of am going overboard with the dusting. So I'm gonna let the other places set. Remember, we're letting that bake a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some bronzer on my face. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing in my nose, sides of my nose to kind of contour there. So I like that I have this nice flawless finish, but I can't stop there because I don't want to have a flat face, okay? I like that porcelain look, but I don't want a flat face. So I want to give some dimension to my face. I want to, you know, put the contour where the shadows would be if I was nice and tan, where I might have a little bit of color if I was out in the sun. All right, done with that one. And so once I'm done with this bronzer, I can probably go back in. Hey, Brandy. Hey guys, give me a hashtag flawless if you're watching me. I'm showing you how to do a nice flawless foundation if you have dry skin and if you have trouble putting foundation on because it stirs up that dry skin or it really enhances the, like it makes that dry skin stand out. This is what you want to do because it's going to just be a nice drink of moisture, nice drink of water for your skin. All right, and then I'm gonna put a little bit down here. Just so, I always try to make sure that my neck and my face match, okay? So when I do all my foundation and my neck and my face is nice and white, it does match my neck because my neck is super white. So I gotta add a little bit of color when I add color to my face. Not a lot though. So look at that. So now it almost looks like I'm too white in the middle, but that's because I still have that powder. So I'm just gonna come in again with that bigger end of the brush or a big loose powder brush. Now, can you see the difference? I'm still bright, but I'm not quite as bright as that. So I've baked in that concealer, okay? I've got not bronzer. I've got BB cream under there, but I've got concealer on top of that, and I want to bake that in place so that it stays. Now the rest of it I already brushed off when I did the bronzer, so I'm okay there. But now I've got those dark circles covered. They're gonna stay covered all day. They're not gonna crease, and I'm not flaky anywhere. I've just like I put my moisturizer on, put my primer on, and then basically put another layer of moisturizer on, because BB cream is essentially like a tinted moisturizer. And I've given all of that hydration to my skin, and it's gonna last all day. I've got that setting powder, so it's really gonna last all day, even if I'm in the heat, if I'm hot and sweaty, if I get splashed with water, which I don't know why in an office setting that would ever happen to me. But it's life. I don't know if, not everybody's in the office every day like I am. So let's see. I need to do my Epic, and then I'm good to go. This is an easy look, okay? I don't have to do lips. I did a bonbon actually on my lips before I got started, but no eyeshadow today. Nothing fancy, because I mean, really, when you do that, yeah, you're right. You never know. I mean, especially like, well, for stay-at-home moms, the chances that they're gonna get splashed in the face with something is like highly probable. That's just a different situation for me. But this is easy. And when you have like a flawless face to show off, you don't need to do a lot of extra. Like, I want my face to be the star of the show. I don't need to have my eyes all done up today, because it's my skin that I want to show off. And when you do a routine like this and you're giving all this moisture to your skin and it's just glowing, like, I'm just so impressed with how it's glowing. And yes, I did just get mascara on my face. I'm like super impressed that I want to show it off. I want people to see it and be like, wow, like, what is she doing for her skin? Like, how does it look so good? And yes, I do take care of my skin, but this is like, I swear to you guys, I think it's not just the BB cream, but the setting powder. The setting powder is like a sudden game changer for me. I was perfectly happy when I was using baby powder to set my makeup with, but it's just different. I can't even explain like just how it just looks different. The coverage is amazing. Baby powder will work now in a pinch if I needed to, but this setting powder is like, oh my God, what was I doing with my life before? All right, just getting a little bit of that mascara off. All right, and I'm done. I'm ready to go. I gotta get out of here anyway. So thank you guys for joining me. Definitely share this if you think this will help somebody. Reach out if you want to know how to pick out a color for yourself, but I love it. And there's no color for the setting powder. You can do, it's the same for everybody because it is no color, which is something else I love. It's going to be super lightweight. You're not going to look like you have a ton of makeup on. People might even wonder if you have makeup on. I mean, men will wonder. Women probably know. All right, guys, I love you. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.